So unfortunately I've gotten out of the habit of making videos regularly, so the thing that I'm wanting to cover actually happened about 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago, but nonetheless it's extremely important, and out of all the vlogs that I've done, if I had to choose one so far that I'd want to kind of keep and kind of watch back again, especially over the years, it would be this. So, well, it is 2 weeks late. I was hoping to do something while I was there, but as you'll hear, I was just so busy doing so many different things that the time kind of never came up. But yeah, basically the thing that I want to cover is that again, just over 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks and a day, I was in Dunoon. Now Dunoon is a small kind of town. In terms of from where I live, a train trip and then a boat trip, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And I've been going there with my cousin and some other member of my family about 15 years now. Really, I've been going there for just about as long as I can remember. It's very hard to think of any time that I haven't been there again, going back through the years. There's only 2 years that we didn't go. One, I can't remember when exactly it was, but we went to Butlins instead, somewhere in England. I have some memories of that. I can remember specifically I was going to go on a ride, but my cousin could go on it and I couldn't because she was slightly taller than me at the time. Yeah, I can remember vague things about. Again, I have general pictures, general vague ideas of it, but nothing concrete. Anyway, that doesn't really matter. The second time was because of the lockdowns, we couldn't go. But other than that, over the past 15, possibly even 16 years, we've been going there every single year consistently. It started off as a week, but over the past 2 years, unfortunately, it's only been 5 days, or as it was just over 2 weeks ago, unfortunately, only 3 days for me. But yeah, since I have such a long history of going to the place, even though it's only been, again, a week at a time most years, or even less, a week, 5 days, the whole year, I have a very strong and very... Get a fox, get. It's a fox. Get it here. See if she gets it. There we go, she's seen it. Surprised it's not one that's not found it yet. There we go. So yeah, that's certainly an interesting distraction from the video, but sure she'll come back in a minute. As I've been saying, because I've been going there for so many years, 15 round about, I have a really strong, really vivid memory of the place in terms of the caravan site, the caravan, the town, even the kind of roads, the long stretches of beach, the shops, the places, really to kind of minute detail. I would say I almost have a stronger and more vivid memory of Dunoon than I do the area where I kind of live, even though I'm obviously much more familiar on a day-to-day basis with where I live. It's just that because I've been going there for so many years, even if it has been only, again, a lot of years, only 5 days at a time. Again, the point being, I just have a very strong connection with it, both in terms of being able to visualise virtually everything and having virtually every place, everything, every shop, every building, the beach, certain rocks even, certain parts of it, kind of strange little miscellaneous things that would have utterly no meaning to anyone else, utterly no connection to them. Not only do I have such a vivid memory of these things, I also have, again, memories of all these things. Again, I can think of even the simplest, smallest thing, and it can bring back literally like a dozen memories. All different memories from all different years, from different kind of points in my life. When I was different ages, different years that we went there. Being by myself, being by my cousin. Kind of puts me back there, puts me back in that kind of time frame. So again, needless to say, the connection that I have with this place is not only strong in terms of memory, but in terms of the emotional connection, the kind of significance of it. I wouldn't be going far to say one of the most important places in my life, if not the most important. Again, despite the fact that most years we've only been there for a week or 5 days, there's just, again, everything, so much of it, every street, every miscellaneous thing. I have not only such a vivid memory of it, but so many memories of those countless things. But yeah, I've been rambling for quite a bit, so I should get on to the main topic of the video, which is kind of recounting what I did over the past, well, not the past 3 days, but the 3 days that I was there. I wasn't planning to go there because it's my work, simply because I didn't want to lose money. I didn't realise that when you took a holiday day off, you were actually paid for it. I thought that it was just a day off, you didn't get paid. And I also thought on top of that I'd get less holiday money at the end of the year, so if I was to take a week off, it would be the equivalent of taking 2 weeks off as opposed to one, in which case I'd lose hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So I didn't plan to go, and unfortunately I didn't go for the Monday and the Tuesday, which I now thoroughly regret. But yeah, continuing on from that, luckily I did get the day off on Wednesday and the day off on Thursday because there wasn't enough work. And although I was called in on the Thursday and asked to be there for the Friday, for the first time since I joined there, just over a year ago now, a year and a week ago, I says no. In fact, now that I remember, that Friday was the 1 year anniversary, and I did spend that 1 year anniversary in the room as opposed to being at work. So not a week ago, but 2 weeks ago, I simply said that I wasn't going to get in, and I'm beyond relieved and beyond happy that I made this decision, because just like with every other year, I feel like in some ways even more so, even though it was only 3 days, again, it kind of adds to the tapestry of memories. And in a way, I kind of do see this in my mind, this kind of like a big tapestry or a big family quilt. Something that with each passing generation, with each passing year, with each passing time that I'm there, something gets added to it. I'm a year older, I'm in a different mind frame, a different point in my life. I've got different interests, different ambitions, different passions, different people that I'm talking to, different things that I'm interested in. And again, it would have been deeply unfortunate if I was to miss a single square in that tapestry, to not go this year, to have it be the 1 year since I've went in which I voluntarily decided to not go because of my job. So being kind of forced to go through happy circumstances, again, tremendously relieving, as it's only going to be one of the many squares in that tapestry in which I'm going to look back. Again, I have memories from 10 years ago. I don't know if I would say 15 years ago, but certainly from when I was 10, 9, 8, probably 7. So from 10 years and more going back. And I hope that in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now, in 20 years from now, again, this year that I've went is only going to be one more square in that tapestry. It's going to be one more year, one more part of it. So many other little memories, little points, little stitches in that quilt of the things that I did, the places that I went for the first time, the things that I did there for the first time, and just as importantly, if not even more importantly, the places that I went that I'd been to dozens of times before, that I'd been to virtually every year, that I'd been to every single year. Like the castle, the bandstand, the main street, some of the little gift shops, of course, the caravan itself, seeing the club, being by the beach, being by Jim Crow, passing the kind of hotel, being on the ferry, getting the train there. Again, things that I've done dozens upon dozens of times. Going back there, going back again through the years. But doing it with this mentality in this way. Tiny mundane little things that nonetheless I wouldn't have done if I hadn't gone there. Which again, and I said this on the Friday, which is, I'm now going to cut this into 2 parts because I certainly didn't plan for the kind of, don't even know what you call it, the preface of this video to be so long. So I'm going to cut it in 2 parts, but I did say to someone on the Friday who I met on the beach, you know, I can't imagine deciding to not come here. I can't imagine, now that I was there on the Thursday night, that I could have been at work, that I could have done 9 hours there, then the 50-minute walk there and the 50-minute walk back. That could have been, as the Monday and the Tuesday was, just any other day in which I didn't really think about doing, in which it didn't really enter my mind, in which again it was a complete irrelevancy basically, in which it didn't exist that year, in which that piece of the tapestry, that piece of the quilt, that square simply didn't exist. Of course I didn't say it in that way to him, I just simply says, I can't imagine not having have come here. I can't imagine, again, just being at work. I can't imagine saying on the Thursday, you know, yeah, I'm going to come in on the Friday, I'm going to get the boat home today. That night, I wouldn't have met up with that guy. I wouldn't have spent as much time in the caravan as I did. Even though the Friday wasn't particularly eventful, you know, it just wouldn't have been there for me. I can't imagine, again, just having not added that to the tapestry. But with that, I'll continue on to the second part of the video, the actual part after the preface again. Just rambling, didn't expect this to be so long.